so get archives up or whatever. But I was just having some issues. For some reason my phone wouldn't load it, so I thought it would be the same for everyone else. So, yeah.
Wait, why is she getting involved as well?
You already went above and beyond when you scoped out the infirmary. To put it more bluntly, even if we were to view that as something you did in exchange for Fremenay's help, you've already done more than enough. Infiltrating a guarded stronghold is a different kind of job from a one-off investigation. We want to avoid using the same faces over and over and reduce the amount of suspicion that will fall on any given person. Lynette also felt like you have already taken the first step for us, so she should be the one to finish the job.
Fair
So
enough.
that's what Lynette thinks. Oh, Paimon hopes everything's going well for her.
Perhaps that's true. You are both very good people, and we've come to appreciate that more than anyone else. Unfortunately, there's still one thing that could get between us, lest you've forgotten. The matter of our respective loyalties. You've mentioned before that you've had some run-ins with the Fatui. I can understand that feeling, so I assume you're just helping us out of the kindness of your hearts?
Well, everyone could use some more friends. We'll be counting on you to help us in the future, too.
Since I see you as friends, then it's even more important for us to protect you from any peril. Fremenay and Lynette feel the same way. Glad to hear
I
it.
get it.
Then, let's
go.
go check on Lynette before...
Is now really a good time to go over?
According to my observations, Sigewinne always spends around half an hour away from the infirmary right before lunch. Also, I'm her brother, remember? It's only now...
Okay, then let's head over right away.
So you're using that as your excuse? Lenny. Anyway. There. Also, I love how they finally took the hint of actually teleporting us now.
Lynette should be here right now. Huh. Strange. Lynette?
As expected, Sigewinne isn't here, but why isn't Lynette?
No, Lynette rarely deviates from the plan. We agreed that if she were to make changes on the fly, she'd find a way to let me know. Unless...
Let's see if there are any clues around here. We can look while...
Okay.
I know exactly what happens.
None of the beds have any signs of having been slept in. Except that one over there.
That's the one Lynette must have used, right?
She would have said her migraine was having a particularly bad flare-up. Generally speaking, which means either the head nurse didn't return the entire time from when...
Oh. Dang, they're making them scared.
There are some books here and a few files. Advanced nursing, how to raise the spirit of your patient. These sure are some interesting books. Who knew Sigewinne would be interested in these kinds of things?
Well, she's a Melusine. She's always talking about how cute people are.
She even has books on understanding people's motivations and feelings.
Seems quite normal to me. These are skills that would come in handy for a nurse from time to time.
Exactly. And here's the hatch.
Ah, this is it! We saw it before!
Wait, this thing? It doesn't look like it's been The space behind it is empty.
Hi, Lenny.
From its size, I don't think it's an entrance that is meant to be taken apart. There's probably... Could Lynette have tried to get inside? But, let's look around here for some more clues.
He's definitely beginning to panic. Don't panic, he's probably said that subconsciously more for himself than anything. Either I read that wrong or that was punctuated very weirdly.
Guys, there's a slip of paper over here!
A slip of paper?
It's right over here! And there's a bunch written on it, too. It reads, out of respect for your usual practices, I'll use a piece of paper...
This is...
Is that all? The back! This...
Show me! Now!
Calm down.
That look on your face... would you care to guess where Miss Lynette of the Fatui could be right now?
Someone's caught her. Paimon's got the deviled look. And Aether's got the wide eye.
No! Could she have... Is she...
Wriothesley, did he deliberately leave the infirmary unguarded to...
Wait, you mean he was aware of our goals from the very beginning? But why? We didn't run into any trouble last time, and he also never reached out to us since.
Yes, that is a crucial question. Wriothesley, he doesn't do anything without a clear goal or reason. So this means he had no concerns. You're not from the same camp as us. You were sent down here by Nervulet, so you have no conflict of interest with Wriothesley. We're a completely different story, though. I'd like to know that, too. Why did he only go after her? Don't panic. Just think everything over. I have to stay calm. This... Wait, you're right. Wait, but that means the fact that Fremine was able to leave the grounds...
But what does he gain by letting Fremine leave?
So he's challenged... We never should have sent out Fremine. We had to go through all that trouble to find an opening to sneak him around the guards and into the pipe, and we even thought luck was on our... If Wriothesley let him leave on purpose, then he's probably in a terrible spot now as well.
Lenny's getting more and more panicked.
He's
we have
pacing.
to calm him. Don't be like
Calm.
this, Lenny. Fremine wouldn't have left if we hadn't told you about Child. That was our fault.
No. I'm the leader of this operation, and I'm the one responsible for this team. I'll go talk to Wriothesley.
Hey, don't be reckless. Traveler, please
I simply cannot allow Lynette to be abducted again. I have to go.
Huh.
I'll find a way to get them back.
Lenny. Well, he's dead.
He's rushed out the door. After him.
Get him. And she knows. Hi, Seedream. And that
Right.
smoke.
I feel like we still have some room to make changes on these...
It's not impossible, but it'll require extensive testing.
Is that so?
Is someone...
Pack everything up. Whoever's outside is eavesdropping. They'll probably come in once we stop talking. Someone! Please help! He's sick!
Whoa, are you okay?
These two. As expected, they've already found this place. What a delightful turn of events. I like smart people, but I also like playing dumb. I like the feeling of being trusted.
Seedream, do not word it like that.
Oh my! What's wrong, little one? There's no need to panic. Being able to read human expressions is quite the useful skill. Wait! Wait!
Get him,
It's no
ka-ching.
use, we have to catch up to him.
What? How'd he get so fast?
He's already out of sight. How is he so fast? Let's go head him off at Wriothesley's office.
Oh. Oh, that was lucky. Good job, ka-ching. Lenny.
Come out and face me, Wriothesley!
Aren't we at an administrative office space? Why don't you at least try to follow even a couple rules from the fortress's indoor management regulations?
What did you do to my sister?
I ran into the young miss at the infirmary. I'd heard that she was suffering from quite the migraine, so I decided to invite her over for a cup of tea. I do have some teas in my collection that can work wonders against such an illness.
Stop joking around! Where did you take my siblings?
I have also heard that your performances are quite the spectacle. Miss Lynette would sometimes enter a box filled with water, only to emerge the next second from another place altogether. Maybe she would
Hey.
appear behind you right now if you were to turn your head.
Is he trying to trick me into turning my head? You knew we were investigating the infirmary from the start. So you deliberately aroused the Traveler's suspicions and baited us into continuing our investigation. As for Fremine... No, you probably didn't even interfere with Child's escape.
There was no need to do so. The fortress of Meripede is a pretty pleasant place. Most people enjoy their lives here. The only ones who act differently are those with personal agendas.
You removed our original members and spread the news of Child's escape so Father would assign our team to come down and investigate. Fremine has also fallen into your hands, right? If you're oh so omnipotent and so in control, why would you need hostages?
Wait, is it me? Or am I just reading this incorrectly? But it looks like it says omnipotent instead of omnipotent. I don't know, maybe it's just always been spelled with a no and I just never realized.
One correction.
Oh well.
Lynette is in my hands right now, but Fremine is not.
He's not. What do you really want?
Lino.
Oh, wonderful. Everyone is here, so I'll only need to say this once. Thank you so much. Eager and to the point, I see. Alas, only Miss Lynette is currently having a cup of the fortress's finest tea. Although, as per your original plan, Mr. Fremine should also have returned to the fortress by now. But he has neither shown up within my gates, nor has he been taken into...
Wait, you can't mean you locked him outside and...
I closed the fortress's gate to the outside world. That's all.
Fremine's a star diver, so...
No, we're still here, so he definitely tried to find a way to come back for us.
But why would I do this, you may be asking? To have an audience with you, of course. My intel tells me that Mr. Linney is a great magician, so it's only natural for me to want to have some cards of my own when it comes to negotiating. Besides, I do recall you mentioning to Miss Lynette that you've always wanted to have a face-to-face meeting with the Lord of the Fortress of Meripede, regardless of whether it was in a person...
So,
Some of my folks just happened to hear a thing or two, that's all. I was willing to play dumb and turn a blind eye, so we had a pleasant few days playing games together here. But once you started focusing on the Forbidden Zone, all of that changed. Mr. Linney, the cards are stacked against you right now. Miss Lynette is in my hands, and Mr. Fremine is still slowly being pickled out there in the brine. You know just as well as I that he cannot last out there forever. You need do but one thing to guarantee their safety.
You want to see Father? But why should she bother giving you an audience?
You're literally throwing your siblings away if you say that, Lenny.
Well, if she cares for the well-being of her dearest children, she should have plenty of motivation to join me for a parents' evening. I've heard that the bonds between the members of the House of the Hearth are like the bonds of family.
Why did you think Father sent us to handle the Fortress of Meripede? This place is basically a no-man's land. It wouldn't be fitting for anyone as important as a harbinger like Father to come here in person.
Oh, I see. So it's because she doesn't care for my place here. That's such a shame. After all, I've amassed quite the tea collection. I was looking forward to sharing it with her. Both Monsieur Neuvillette and Lady Farina have already received many samples as gifts.
Quite a time since I've heard those two names.
Was this the extent of your master plan to get to Father? No matter how much pressure you may put on me, I won't allow—
You people really are difficult to get along with. All I'm asking for is a face-to-face conversation. Does she truly have no interest in the fortress's secret? Mr. Linney, you have one last chance to invite your father here. If you refuse... Instead of asking why I'm doing this, why don't you try to see things from my perspective for a second? I gave you a warning by cutting off the first few operatives I found, but that only caused you to double down. Had you given up on the fortress then and there, I'd have no reason to... Mr. Fremine left the fortress on his own, and Miss Lynette tried to pry out my secrets right in front of me.
I shouldn't ask Father to do anything because of us.
6, 5...
Mister's angry.
Wait,
2, 1.
What happened to 4 and 3? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Time's up.
Risley!
Negotiations have broken down. Please leave.
Yeah, listen to the Traveler. If you can't touch...
You do realize that I'm only letting you go because of Neuvillette, yes? But that doesn't mean you can just do whatever you want. The fortress may be small and... Then how about this? Those who are capable deserve respect. You've spent quite some time investigating my home turf by now, so I'll ask you 3 questions. And question 1. Regarding the hidden rules of the production zone, what...
If you break the rule of the production zone, your welfare meal might contain some strange meat. Who will see if you keep working continuously?
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour.
Slight clue. Does a strange meat appear? The 3
The
days.
Fonta promoter has been struggling. We often see Miss Sijween observing the prisoners at... I've been told that the infirmary is...
This.
Fonta's internal report said... The research notes said that the Melazine race perceives the world very differently from... According to Collins, the Pancreas... We often see Miss Sijween observing the prisoners at work near the production zone. It seems like she...
The strange meat appear.
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half... The Fonta promoter has
Where's the 3 days?
We often see Miss Sijween observing the prisoners. Fonta's internal reports... We often see Miss
This,
Sijween...
I'm guessing. Frick.
Fonta's internal reports...
That's
The
Fonta.
research notes said that the Melazine race perceives the world very differently from... According to Collins,
No, not Collins.
we often see Miss...
Right. Magazines.
We often see Miss Sijween...
No.
According to Collins, the
Wait, no, that's the pancreation one.
research notes said that the Melazine...
That one. Right, yeah. Yeah, I needed to throw them not out. Who will see if you keep working?
I've been told that the infirmary is...
That. And
Fonta's internal report suggests that they're starting a new trial up.
the strange
I've been
meat.
told that the infirmary... The Fonta promoter has been... According to Collins, I've been told that the infirmary is...
Why is it all
We often see
Fonta?
Miss Sijween...
There. There we go. Oh, gosh, that took ages. Even I know what the answer was.
Ah, so that's what's going on. The hidden rule of the production zone. People are not
Hey,
supposed
she
to
got her
work 3
glasses
days
again.
in a row, and if they do, they'll get strange meat in their welfare meal. At first, we thought this strange meat must have something to do with the people who disappeared, but in reality, she often visits the production zone to observe the workers' health. Out of her sense of duty as the head nurse, as well as her genuine concern for the workers' health, Sijween visits the cafeteria right before lunch. Sijween has only the best intentions with her surprise gift. Unfortunately, Melazines as a race perceive the world differently from humans. The recipients of her lovingly prepared special meals cannot taste the care within and usually just freak out.
And throw
Are
up.
we on the right track?
Not bad. You've uncovered Sijween's secret and even guessed her intentions correctly as well. It's nice to know that her efforts have not gone unacknowledged. All right, now for my next question. There are also some hidden rules in the Pancration Ring, including the one that you're not allowed to support both...
If someone tries to support both boxes at the same time, they'll... Yeah. Violate the rules of the Pancration Ring, you'll receive a bag containing the strange blood-colored liquid. Who sent the package containing the strange blood-colored liquid?
Fonta's internal report suggests that they're starting a new trial up. We often see Miss...
No.
The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. Meanwhile, the Duke believes that only idiots who don't understand the value of coupons will spend them on Fanta. Fanta's internal report...
It's probably this then, I'm guessing. Look the way it does.
I've been told that the infirmary is...
No.
According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fanta company sponsored it. The company must want a return on their investment. The research notes said that the Melusine...
No, it's not
The
made by
Fanta promoter has
Melusine.
been struggling because... Fanta's internal report suggests that they're starting a...
Oh, is this? So who sent it? It's probably the
The
promoter,
Fanta
no?
promoter has been...
And why do those who buy tickets to support both fighters receive the package? Because only
We often
idiots.
see Miss... The research notes said that the Melusine...
Nope.
According to Collins, the Pancration tournament...
Oh,
The
what's the...
Fanta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons.
To that? Who sent it?
We often see Miss Siege... I've been told that the infirmary is always... According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place...
Dang! First try, wow. Even though I clicked on a lot of Siege Queen ones.
Ah, Paimon gets this rule too now, so there really was nothing to be afraid of. That hidden rule of the Pancration ring is about how, people are not supposed to bet on both boxers at the same time. And if they do, they'll receive a package containing... People get scared when they see it because they've subconsciously begun to associate it with the missing boxer. But really, it's just a bottle of the latest yet-to-be-named impact, a blood-red drink. It's no wonder even Fanta's own staff, the company facing backlash from its own staff, decided to try to trial the product, and they came to the fortress of Meropide and offered to sponsor the Pancration tournament so they could push their new product. The Duke, knowing how valuable coupons are in the fortress, knew that only total idiots who didn't understand their true value would bother buying a Fanta product here. And so, only those who proved their stupidity by being dumb enough to bet on two opposing sides of the same match were selected to receive the drinks.
I acknowledge the effort you've put into bringing the truth. Although, based on your description, that Fanta promoter is a bit too careless with his words. I may just reconsider my collaboration with the company. All right, and here's the final question. What's the secret behind our head nurse and all of her patients in the infirmary?
Oh.
Stop your cruel and pointless games, Risley! You know that we haven't finished our investigation, so there's no way we can answer the last question. The thought of sparing Lynette and Fremine never even... You'll pay for this! Ah!
Lenny, are you alright?
Oh, close one. I owe you, Sigeween. That was...
It was nothing, Your Grace. Sigeween, though this gun may look like a toy, it's actually...
Sigeween... You...
Not at all. I am merely a resident of the fortress, and thus when Monsieur Nervulette asked me to come here, he told me that my job would be to take care of the well-being of everyone here. I am merely discharging my duties. But if you mean what you just said, then isn't Linny someone you should be looking after as well? Isn't he? But I really am just doing what Monsieur Nervulette told me to do. Everything I did, I've done to protect them. His Grace knows it too, right? Your Grace?
My dear Sigeween, whatever shall I do with you? Would it have killed you to just wait and...
Well, it's nearly time after all. The way you do... What are you talking about?
Take me if you want. Let them go.
How touching. Can you...
Don't be like that, Your Grace.
All right, everyone, calm down. 2 more visitors will be... I'll go get a cup of tea. Miss Sigeween, I leave Miss Lynette in your care.
You...
I believe I hear footsteps.
Some space, please.
Ah, Miss Clarande.
My door.
My door.
Fremine... Fremine...
What's going on? What assuming he...
Work. Work.
I'm sorry about shooting you, Mr. Linney. The tranquilizing effect will begin to wear off soon.
What happened to Fremine? Wasn't he diving just outside of the fortress? Why is he looking like...
A flushed face, an accelerated pulse. He must have consumed primordial seawater.
What did you say?
Please, make some space. I'll need to give Miss...
I'll talk to Clorand while you get Fremine to where he needs to be.
Oh.
How is he?
These symptoms are probably caused by an acute ingestion of a large amount of primordial seawater. Of course, it would be best if he stayed for further observation. Let's leave him here for now, and move him to the infirmary once he's recovered a bit more. Sorry. I am aware that the infirmary may not be your favorite place in the world at the moment. We do only have a single clinic in the fortress, however.
Why would he ingest a large amount of primordial seawater?
Please, look after Mr. Fremine for the moment. I'll go fetch some medicine and a respirator. Oh, I'll bring Miss Lynette back with me.
Where is she?
Oh, she just took a nap in an empty room after I tranquilized her. If my calculations are correct, she should also be waking up right around now. You might not believe me, but His Grace and I actually made some...
Poor Fremine.
Can't see?
What's that look on your face? I thought I...
Oh, I'm just admiring your punctuality. Had you arrived just a few minutes later, Siegewien may have been forced to shoot Mr. Linney again. How's the situation?
The water has changed. It's pretty much as expected. The concentration of primordial seawater has increased significantly. I was only out there a short time, so it wasn't too bad. But if one were to stay for any significant amount of time... Well...
Where was he when you found him?
The abandoned zone at the end of the pipes. A good distance into the water.
Closer than I thought. He must have recognized it early on and tried desperately to swim back.
Locking the door was necessary. I don't think we could have saved two.
Well, I did try to convince him that I had my reasons. Never seems to work, though.
It would probably work on Neuvillette. He has a knack for picking out who had good intentions, even when the outcomes were all terrible.
That's a bad... Want some tea?
Not particularly. If you want to drink some that badly, just say so.
Fine, I'd like to get some tea. Want me to get you a cup too, since I've already made it?
Might as well then, I suppose. Actually, do you have a towel? I would like to dry my hair.
Linny, are you okay?
I'll be fine. They're all here now.
Are you sure? You don't look alright.
My hands and feet are still a bit weak.
I'm back, everyone.
Lenny! Oh, Traveler, Paimon, you're here too. Fremine? Is he...
He'll be fine. But for now, please help me lift him up.
His breathing's beginning to slow down.
Give me a hand and help me get him to the infirmary.
Yeah, I'll take him from this side. Lynette, together?
On it.
Traveler, you seem pretty worried about him. Want to come with us? The Duke and Clorand are gone. They probably went to get some tea. The Duke will explain the truth in just a bit.
Yeah, anyway, let's go. Sorry, I was so quiet for so long. All packed in here.
He's awake! Fremine, how do you feel?
Lynette.
We're all here.
Where?
The infirmary, at the Fortress of Meripede, Mr. Fremine. And you are no longer in any danger. How do you feel? Don't push yourself if you're not feeling up.
Traveler. Paimon. It's been so long. The sea. There's something wrong with the seawater.
Shh, it's okay. We can talk about it after you've recovered.
No,
Aw.
listen to me. This is really serious. There's primordial seawater mixed into the regular seawater. I don't know why it's there, but no one should touch it. Pipes. Right, the pipes. It's all coming back to me now. I'm in. Where could Master Child be? This mechanism looks like it's been tampered with. Could he have done it? Getting gear! It's getting stuck on something. Seems like I'll have to avoid those obstacles while I turn it. This is where the water starts. Okay. Master Child probably dived into the water. I'll go take a look as well.
Sorry that took so long. Yeah. Alright, let's keep going. Let's go in the water. Let our dive begin, Flemine.
The vegetation here is a bit more sparse. These traces aren't natural. A person must have left them, and recently. There are traces here too. I need to keep going.
Yep.
The traces are gone. But I don't see where he could have gone from here. Wait. What the? My heart is racing.
Calm down.
It's getting harder and harder to breathe. What's going on? No good. I have to get back. They still don't know anything about what's going on. If I turn back right now, I should still be able to make it.
Go, Flemine. Go, Flemine. Go, Flemine, go before you get poisoned. Wait, you couldn't make a wish in this state? Kind of funny.
I can't die here. This is bad. I'm feeling worse.
Calm down.
And I'm still underwater. I have to push on.
Flemine. You're lucky Clorand is there. For some reason.
So, in other words, the trail you were following vanished, and you had no idea where...
That's right. I tried my best to swim back, but I had already put some distance between myself and the fortress.
Miss Clarand brought you back, but we also don't—
Miss Clorand, you say? I must go thank her in person.
You're still too weak for Monet. You can go after you've had some more rest.
Miss
Alright,
Clarand is
Mom.
right. I believe Miss Clarand will
No, I'm
stay
joking.
here as a guest for another few days.
A guest? Then I can assume Risley was the one who invited her to come down here?
You should ask His Grace about that. He'll be able to explain better than me. Yeah, it's about time he actually told us what's going on. Wanna come with us, Lenny?
No, please go on without me.
Lenny.
The logical part of my brain is aware that we're safe right now, but I still can't bring myself to leave.
Understood.
In that case, I'll leave the infirmary to you. The Traveler and I are going to head out for now.
Thank you.
Goodbye, ladies and gents. Le deluge. Whatever that means. Probably French for something like dumb spy. Or something. That's easier.
Don't blink!
Hello, you two. Me and Siegween are here.
Excuse me?
Hey.
I take it Mr. Fremine's condition has stabilized?
Yes.
I wouldn't have left the infirmary otherwise.
Even Paimon's looking down on poor little old Siegween.
I've been expecting those two, but might I inquire as to the purpose of your visit, Miss Siegween?
I wanted to check up on Miss Clarand. How are you feeling?
Mostly fine, I think.
If you don't mind, I'd like to perform another quick physical exam.
All right. Thank you for looking out for me.
Well, want to explain yourself, Risley?
Rio the Sleigh.
Of course, but I'm not partial to the word choice of explain. How about enlighten?
Please enlighten us as much as you'd like, then.
Where should I begin? How about you start by asking me any questions you have? You can start.
Then Paimon will begin. did you know about Lenny's goals from the very beginning?
No. I just knew they were Fatui operatives sent to the fortress by the Knave. As for their...
You managed to monitor and stay ahead of them even though you didn't know what they were trying?
They came here with ulterior motives. I'm quite adept at discerning what that kind of behavior signals. Initially, I thought their goal was just to investigate Child's disappearance. Lenny suggested that I had deliberately let him escape, but in truth, I didn't really do anything special to help or hinder him while he was here. Everything he did, from finding helpers to leaving this place, he did on his own. Of course, it's inevitable that the Knave would make a big deal out of her fellow Harbinger's unexplained disappearance. I'm also quite curious about where that Harbinger went. So I figured I might as well let the Fatui do their own investigation.
So you were hoping Lenny's group would just do your work for you?
You make it sound like that's a bad thing. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. I assume that Fremine has told you already, the ratio of primordial seawater around the fortress of Meripede is on the rise. The Forbidden Zone has always been Lenny's target, and you got roped into that investigation after running into him. I began to intervene out of concern for your safety, and also to prevent the fortress from becoming entangled in more irksome matters.
Are the rumors true? That you're also a former criminal?
Now, why would you put it like that? Isn't staying here all day and serving as the manager of the fortress a kind of sentence unto itself?
Oh, right. Paimon wanted to ask.
Me, of course. I paid her good mora to come down to the fortress for some field work. As a champion duelist, Miss Cloran could be considered to be an independent party. I needed to find an exceptionally capable person to help me get through the impending crisis.
And saving Fremine was part of that crisis?
Yes.
You can think of it like that, yes. Credit where credit is due, that boy is quite adept at diving. That's not something you should be asking after. Neuvillette only asked you to investigate Child. All I need to prove to you is that the Forbidden Zone had nothing to do with the Harbinger's disappearance.
But we've already uncovered that there's something wrong with the infirmary, and we've answered a bunch.
You make a compelling case.
Yeah, Paimon really wants to know.
Paimon really wants to know.
Even if the truth may not be pleasant.
Sure.
Follow me.
Dang, this feels like music coming out of some radio. And there it is.
There's a hidden door here? And a whole basement behind it? Huh. You're pretty good at hiding stuff, Risley.
It seems you've forgotten just what kind of place the Fortress of Meripede is.
A prison. A jail. A doghouse. A place for where unruly people go to spend the rest of their lives. And so on.
Stand on the central plate.
Wait, is there a secret mechanism or... Whoa! So, this is the Forbidden Zone? Honestly, for a place so well hidden, Paimon sure doesn't see anything special. What a huge door!
There are 3 such isolation gates in total. Generally speaking, I'm the only one who's allowed to go inside. Am I correct to assume you're going to run on back and...
Well,
Well, I'd advise you wait until you've seen the whole...
Can I at least tell the Nat? Oh gosh, I can't even tell Kaching. Dang, I ain't been down here in a while. Kinda eerie.
Huh. So there's a switch on the side.
Stand back.
Make me.
Whoa. They all just went up one by...
Go on. Have...
Well, this room is really nothing in the middle, quite strange on it. And there's a device smack dab in the middle of the room, which looks like some kind of message sluice gate. Is that how you say it? Slice?
I've been interested in what lies beyond that gate ever since I assumed leadership of the Fortress of Meripede. Of course, it would be unwise to recklessly open it, but it'd also be risky and negligent to simply ignore any potential danger that could be behind. The readings on that dashboard have not budged since the day when I first laid eyes on this place. But over the past year, normally I would have ignored it, but I happened to have some free time when I noticed it, so I investigated. Very reasonable guesses. I've considered both of those as well. Unfortunately, our dashboard... The temperature should vary with weather and climate changes, so for something that rarely shifts, the water pressure is more likely. We ran a few tests to increase the pressure from the outside, but the readings didn't change at all. Later on, a few more possibilities occurred to me, such as a potential connection with the primordial sea. I began to make a few preparations based on that hypothesis. Over the past few days, the needle has moved again. With that, and the symptoms that Fremine displayed after leaving the fortress, I can now confidently conclude that the readings represent the concentration of primordial seawater in the seawater nearby.
The concentration of...
And that is precisely the problem. We're at the bottom of the sea, and now we're surrounded by toxic seawater. Somehow, primordial seawater got mixed in, and the concentration... Yes, that's very likely.
But forget about the two of us. Not even Novelette knows where the primordial sea could be, much less where we could find and plug a leak. Oh.
Seems like you've figured it out. I believe the primordial sea lies directly beneath this sluice gate. For some reason, the primordial seawater levels have risen significantly, and it's now very close to us. The indicators are now red. Although the gate still stands, some primordial seawater has already leaked out and mixed into the sea around us. If this continues, soon it will no longer be able to hold back. Yeah, you know what the legends say. If this place falls, then everyone in Fontaine will be turned into puddles in the span of a night.
But that's just too weird!
Your expression tells me you think this might be part of a vast, complicated conspiracy. To be honest, it's just that the secret of the Forbidden Zone had been long forgotten by the nation before I rediscovered it with my research. There's no single founder of the Fortress of Meripede in any traditional sense. What we know, when the previous Hydro Archon Egeria ruled the land, all convicted criminals from Fontaine were exiled. The people drove the criminals away like a wolf pack chasing away the banished. The criminals received no sympathy of any kind from the people. They were exiled to the desolate seaside, where they experienced only pain, struggle, and the bone-chilling cold. Some of them began to repent, and prayed to the Hydro Archon, asking if there was still anything they could do. The Hydro Archon took pity on them. And so, leaning on the power of the Hydro Archon, they gathered underneath the sea and began to build a fortress. They became a community down there in the deeps. As the number of exiles increased, more and more people joined the community. When the first group of exiles died, they left the yet unfinished fortress to their successors. The Hydro Archon continued to lend her support, allowing the fortress and what it stood for to continue growing ever larger. Before long, this dark underwater fortress became the sinner's only home. And with that, the people here stopped referring to the fortress as a prison. But as time went on, people also realized that the fortress was a lonely place. Once they had finished serving their sentences, some people left and some others chose to stay. They'd find some idle position and let their withered souls fade away with the ancient secrets of the past. After many, now and again, researchers managed to break one law or another and live out their days in the fortress. I learned all this from an elderly historian.
But now you know every part of that history is true.
Indeed. It's just as the prophecy says. To be frank, not really. But sadly, that hasn't... Prophecies are troublesome things. Just hearing one will create the first wave of panic. Seeing signs of it will bring about the second, and actually witnessing it in real time, the third. Let's go somewhere else. This is it.
Your Grace, perfect timing. The results from our last round of experiments...
Wait, Jurier, he's not alone!
Huh? Lorvine and Jurier?
No need to panic, you two. I've already told them about our...
What? After you warned us not...
I'm skeptical as well.
The results speak for themselves, don't they? These two may already know more than you could ever imagine.
All right then, if Your Grace insists.
They seem harmless enough, so I'll trust them for now.
Well, how about some reintroductions? This is Jurier, one of the highest-ranked researchers from the Fontaine Research Institute. He used to work... Good. Saves me a bit of... Edwin's main areas of research were archaeum and gravimeters. As his assistant...
You want to blow up the Fortress of Merib?
What a lovely idea. I'm already imagining it in my head.
Gotta admit, I'm tempted as well.
Guys, focus! Focus!
That taskmaster over there is Miss Lorvine, and is also one of my technical consultants. While Jurier used to be Edwin's assistant, she used to be Jurier's assistant.
Ooh, are they together?
See, everyone keeps asking this question. Are you too sure you're not a couple and just using your work as a convenient cover?
Your Grace, I am not in a relationship with this man.
If I dated her, I'd officially be madder than Edwin.
Jeez, forget I said anything then. Follow me.
Whoa, there's another door that goes right up.
Your constant amazement makes it seem like the fortress can do anything.
But Paimon really thinks everything's super cool.
Well, let's spice it up a bit. And here you go.
What a huge ship? This is also a production zone that Paimon's never seen before.
How much do you know about Fontanian history?
Not much at all.
Well, then maybe you haven't heard the story of ancient Lemuria. According to legend, the Lemurian king Remus came to this land after being inspired by divine revelation and found the seer Sibila, who had taken on the form of a golden bee. Taking the golden bee with him and riding on a huge ship, the Fortuna, he created his nation above the surging waves. He called his nation Lemuria, and used the Fortuna to incessantly search for new tribes and islands, calling on them to join his empire.
There's a ship in this story too?
Where there's water, there'll be ships. People believe that hope can always be found at the end of a voyage.
Do you believe that?
To a point, I think. As you've already seen, I have a whole factory's worth of labor, materials, and technology at my disposal. So the moment I began to speculate that the primordial sea might lie underneath the gate...
Were you inspired by the legendary Fortuna?
Maybe. Fontanians need something to hold on to cope with the impending disaster. Were the workers to find out the truth behind this ship, riots would destroy the fortress faster than any catastrophe. As the fortress's administrator, I'd never make such a reckless call. Alright, that's enough talking for now. I'll need another 3 cups of tea to soothe my throat. Do you have it? Seems like you're good. I'll leave you here.
Oh, thank you so...
No worries. But don't forget, it's up to you whether or not you want to share what you just saw. What you do...
Yeah, we'll put a lot of thought into it for sure.
Great. I look forward to what happens next.
We're back!
Welcome back. Do you want a cup of tea?
How can you be so much like Risley, always drinking tea?
Huh. Actually, now that you... While I was sedated, I could still barely hear 2 people talking next to me. They were discussing everything, from the leaves, to the water, and even the teacups themselves.
Must have been Risley and Sijui.
Yeah, I heard 1 male voice and 1 female, so it...
I really can't make sense of this place.
So, Traveler, Paimon, were you able to learn anything from Risley?
Yeah, he explained everything.
Very well. Then, would you mind checking your answers against my speculations? Yeah, I took the time to rest.
Nobody else is around, and Miss Sijui is also busy with something or other.
All right, then I'll posit my theories. I asked myself 3. Firstly, why was Fremine affected by the primordial seawater? It was because he dove into the sea.
Ooh, he's good.
That's our Linny.
Secondly, Risley's attitude changed dramatically during the course of our stay here. He ignored us. I spent quite a long time thinking about this. What's more, the Fortress of Meripede is not part of Fontaine's court system, nor does it report to Udex Nervula. As long as the fortress doesn't do anything about Master Child's disappearance, Father can use it to pressure the Fontaine authorities. And while the two... If I had to guess, he probably has something that he's working on himself. It's likely related to the...
You're super smart!
Thanks so much. If Risley does have a plan, what could it be? All I know for now is that his plan probably has something to do with the changing nature of the seawater. That can't be the full extent of what he's doing. I don't have enough information, so I have no idea what his chip might be. But...
I can't...
The sea will engulf everyone. Just like the prophecy said.
Could Risley have wanted to meet Father to figure out a way to deal with this crisis? If you remember, I once mentioned that Father sees the House of the Hearth as her base of operations, and she truly wants to resolve the crisis. But how could Risley have known that?
Or perhaps he didn't know, and just wanted to bring Father over to his side?
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I understand your concerns as well, Traveler. The two of you have already aided us far too much. If you ever need anything else going forward, please come to the House of the Hearth at any time. Though you may not share the sentiment, after all that we've...
You have my gratitude.
Thank you for protecting Linny when it really mattered. And thank you for sharing the secrets of the fortress with us.
Why are you being so formal all of a sudden?
Given your strength, you might not need our help at all.
Aww, the sound of that makes Paimon feel all warm and safe inside. Paimon's hungry.
Oh, you've done so much already.
Alright, then we'll catch you guys another time.
You're incredibly helpful. Lenny thinks so too.
Yeah, you two are always telling me not to push myself, but... And Shroud! Keep up. Rah!
It's time for dinner. Welfare meals now being served in the coupon cafe.
Come on, let's go pick up ours as well. Traveler and Paimon, over here. Are you here for dinner too, Miss?
Mm-hmm. And I'm taking the opportunity to prepare Miss Cloran's dinner as well.
Huh. You're right.
What would you like to eat? Yep, you can. I've already talked to our chef, Mr. Wolsey. It's all on me today, so you can get whatever you'd like.
Me too! Don't forget...
No problem. Just leave it to me.
So delicious. Paimon's so happy. Paimon...
Feeling full yet? How's the food?
Delicious.
I'm so glad to see you all so happy.
Sigewinne, do you do this to help your patients or to better understand human beings?
A bit of both, I suppose. I'm a Melusine, which means I'm very different from human beings. I must know what you're thinking if I want to take good care of you.
You're really good at taking care of people. Even though you're so short, you still talk and act like an older sister.
Really? You're reminded of an older sister?
Oh, and what did you mean back in Risley's office? When you said that...
Oh, that. I just asked His Grace to look out for those children. Thankfully, Cloran is very strong and managed to save him in the nick of time. Although the path was blocked, we still stationed some guards there to stop anyone from approaching. They were instructed to only open the door once Miss Cloran had returned. Oh, and I was keeping an eye on Mr. Linney as well. We had to press him, but we couldn't allow him to be in any real danger.
You were all super considerate and really thought everything through.
It's just what we do down here at the fortress. At least this has been His Grace's style for as long as he's been the leader. Oh, I really wish Monsieur Nervula would come down here more often too. Get a good night's rest, you two. You both worked very hard.
So much has happened. I'm super sleepy. Delicious.
Out of my way! Get out of my way!
What happened? Why is everyone running?
No idea, but something must have happened. Stop asking!
What happened? Why is everyone running around? Hey, what are you doing?
No time to explain, mate. Goodbye.
Hey, wait! What's wrong with these people?
They're here! Yeah, there you are!
Oh, thank goodness!
Quisto and Lavaroon, do you know what happened here?
We came here especially to inform you. Something seems to have gone. Lavaroon was saying you two are new here and you don't have many friends, so you might slip through the cracks.
Wait, weren't you the one who brought that up?
Hey, shut up!
Okay, whatever. The point is, you should come with us. Yeah, he said to get as far away as possible.
Oh no, it can't be that thing!
Whoa, wait, what? What? Hey, where are you going?
We have to go find the Duke! You two just go and get out! Go on without us!
Hey! Be careful!
Attention! Please evacuate upwards and outwards, upwards and
Get in. Oh, here we are. The cutscene.
They're here.
Hi.
Just like I said.
Oh. Hi.
You're just in time. But be ready to run.
Oh. Up to your blood, oath image. Good job. Oh, here comes the second wave. Run.
3, 2, 1.
Get him. Oh.
This won't hold it for long. Find Neuvillette. Tell him the defenses are about to collapse.
Then what will happen to you?
Until he arrives, we're the last line of defense.
We'll get out of here.
The gate. How long do you think it'll hold?
That depends on us.
Thanks, Clarence.
Neuvillette? Why are you here?
Traveler, I need you to head to the Opera House immediately. Farina will soon be meeting with the knave there. You must protect Farina, and make sure she doesn't spend too much time alone with her. Will do.
Right.
You have my sincerest gratitude.
Alright, Nebula, we swap places. Dang, it's nice seeing sunlight.
Hey!
Alright, we're here. Let's go.
Look,
For two.
there are a ton of Fatili and Palais Mermonia people over there.
Yeah.
Are you two the traveler in Paimon? Monsieur Neuvillette has left instructions. Please follow me. Though I'm sure
Alright.
he's already explained this should be a mostly cordial conversation, unlikely to give rise to violence. But it would be most appreciated if you could...
Yeah. There they are. The Hydro Archon and the fourth of the Fatui. Finally some familiar faces.
So
huh?
you two are the honored guests Miss Farina mentioned.
Of course, of course! How could they not attend a meeting such as this? I must always have 2 or more guests at my dessert table. Otherwise, the occasion would be too lonely and unbecoming of my station.
It is my pleasure to make your acquaintance, traveler. I have heard much of your accomplishments. I am the knave.
Greetings.
I've already prepared seats for you.
Perhaps you two are unaware of how Miss Farina and I do things. You see, we actually recently agreed to get together for tea when we had the time. See this? This is a limited type of confectionery that Miss Farina simply adores.
Dang.
Traveler, what do you think of this cake?
That's good to hear.
She agrees too.
So what Child said was on the mark after all. You do share a taste in desserts with Farina and I.
What?
I wonder how he's doing nowadays. You must have heard, right? He's...
Since we're talking about him, I feel like I should add something. His martial prowess really looked... certainly pretty impressive, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, so you're also familiar with his aptitude for fighting, Miss Farina. Oh, right. I almost forgot. Child was subdued by Udex Neuvillette right in front of you. Against ordinary people, my colleague would never be on the back foot. But alas, he just never imagined he'd run into such a person. I must express my admiration for Monsieur Neuvillette. Coming from you, that's...
But I thought you would be happier to hear the news.
Of course, but it's still a bit of a shame. You see, I would have been far happier had I received this news somewhat earlier, as you well know.
Well, in any case, there's no need to worry. We know for sure that child is still alive.
Oh.
Because...
And where did he go after leaving the...
Well...
Hi, Mom.
The fortress of Meripede lies deep beneath the waves. Unless he pranced right out of the main gate. Ah, that is good news at least. His sister Tonya sent a letter to Fontaine not too long ago. Since he was unfortunately unavailable. Do you have any idea how he usually writes back to his family? Dear Tonya, your letter made me feel like we were still enjoying our time in Snezhnaya together. I'm currently admiring the scenery on the streets in front of the opera house. Is it something like that?
Ooh.
All letters tend to follow the same few formats anyway, right? As long as the contents are accurate, it doesn't matter so much how it's written or how it's worded.
Oh god, she's traumatized.
Hold on! The water in the teacup is shaking.
I suppose this is also a sign of things to come, Miss Farina.
I don't quite understand what you're trying to say.
Have we entered into the next stage of the prophecy?
Child, calm down. Speaking of the prophecy.
My thanks to you both. I will take it from here.
Thank you, Neverlet.
Sure you don't need a hand?
Quite sure.
Wow. So, what's your secret, huh? Let me guess. Nah, who knows? Maybe it's just your sense of responsibility.
Sounds about right.
And here it goes. Mr. Hydro Pump himself.
A day may come when the prophecy is fulfilled and the waters burst forth. But it is not this day.
Get him,
This ancient power could easily obliterate an entire race. A tsunami of fury would unleash endless catastrophe.
Good job.
This sentence is too severe. Forgive me for overruling it.
Good job, Chief. Ludex.
All right. Seems like the problem inside has been suppressed.
Let me guess. We're safe for now.
Indeed. but only for now.
I win this bet. You owe me a present.
Very well. It was indeed just as you said.
You made a bet?
We made a bet on the size of your entourage. Cloran thought you wouldn't come down by yourself.
I figured you would have at least brought a few people along for appearance's sake. It appears I underestimated just how confidential the mission was.
Shouldn't you have gotten used to confidential missions by now? That's just how the courts operate.
So what gift must the
He already has tons of tea in his office. I'm thinking about a set of legal codices.
That wouldn't happen to be a dig at my lack of legal awareness, would it?
Well, I'm sure His Grace doesn't consider the fortress to be outside the law.
I was under the impression the residents of a place like this would be uninterested in the legal codices.
That was obviously a joke. Anyway, you've still got some unfinished...
No need to stay here if you have a pressing matter. We all know you can't leave Palais Mermonia for long.
Thank you. I hope everything went smoothly with the Fatui Harbinger.
Anyways, back to it.
I must say, we've spent long enough playing house.
Dang, why is it dark in
Miss
here?
Farina, as the Hydro Archon, I am sure you understand the exact meaning of the phenomenon we just witnessed. Or should I say, that's what I originally thought. But looking at your expression, was I wrong? And you haven't a clue?
What are you trying to say?
At this point, I don't think there's any more need to speak as diplomatic representatives. Allow me to speak to you now as just a Fontanian. You know the prophecy by heart, and also that every part of it is being proven true. Yet, here you are, relaxing, drinking tea, and eating desserts as if it's all nothing more than a few stray bugs in your garden. The prophecy's hanging above our necks like a guillotine. Every faction is looking for a way to either avert the disaster or save their own. Even the orphans of the House of the Hearth have devoted everything to saving their homeland. But you? It beggars belief just how nonchalant and carefree you have been. From the very beginning, you, the god Focalor,
You're wrong. I've never ignored the prophecy, nor
Good.
have I just been passing the time in self-indulgence. Retract your—
I am not alone in my doubts, you know. Oh, great Hydro Archon. How are you going to save them? Save us? How are the people
I have my ways, and I've been working on them for all this time. Even if you look down upon me, you have no right to judge me. Fontaine will be saved.
Then I ask you, Miss Farina, just what have you been working on?
She's not
What
putting on
is
the
it
front.
doing to help?
Well,
My machinations are just like the prophecy itself. They will only reveal themselves at the fated time.
I see. As a god, the proof of your labor always lies beyond prying mortal eyes. Allow me to be so bold as to ask another way. Would it be possible for you to tell us the parts of your plan that are not confidential?
An emergency response plan?
Oh, that look in your eyes. Have you not even prepared one of the...
The emergency response plan is also strictly confidential.
Then allow me to jog your memory. Miss Farina, what is the purpose of your Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal? And what do you plan to do with the massive amounts of indemnitium that has accumulated over the years?
The Oratrice? It's just like it appeared.
So you also have no idea. I first caught wind of this when Linny tried to investigate the Oratrice in the Opera House. You see, even just getting close to the core contaminated him with an extremely large amount of indemnitium. But even if that had nothing to do with you, then what could you possibly be working on, oh great Hydro Archon? Oh, right. I almost forgot. Udex Nouvellette is...
Yeah, yes.
Of course I will. Although, I must say, Miss Farina... Oh, very well. Let's stop that conversation here. There are still a few slices of cake left, so please...
Oh.
Traveler, I heard that you were recently commissioned to handle a few matters on behalf of the Udex. Why don't you take an extra slice of cake? You too, Paimon.
Thank you. Paimon will take you up on that offer.
Oh, poor Paimon.
Oh, Paimon's super full.
If it's on my tea table, it must be of the highest quality. Yes, and we must thank the knave for bringing...
You're welcome. I'm sure the cake also felt greatly honored to be featured at Miss Farina's table. And I was merely catering to Miss Farina's tastes. It is getting late. Why don't we call it a day?
Very well. We'll end it here.
Mind seeing me off, Traveler? We could use the opportunity to discuss Child before I must be on.
Paimon's coming too!
Thanks, Paimon. Farina? Oh, hi.
The tea party turned out to be even more difficult than I'd imagined.
How are you doing today?
Why are you looking at me like that? Is something the matter? If there's nothing urgent, then I shall be retiring for now.
I am sorry to do this, but it is... Oh. What? What? Why is Traveler... my... What? So co-op mode is turned off as well. Oh dang, got a few of those. Alright, so let's claim our next wish. There. And away we go. Wait, what? Huh? Oh, right, yeah, I forgot we were at the Opera House. Let's leave.
I'm glad that you were willing to come with me. Of course, Child was just an excuse. I have no interest in your dealings with him.
That's what Paimon thought.
You lent your aid to the children of the House of the Hearth. As their father, I would like to express my gratitude.
There's no need. Was there nothing else you wanted
That was
to
all.
say?
Formal topics should be discussed in formal settings, and informal topics in informal settings. I know you just returned from the fortress of Meripede. Relax. I have no intention of...
They've all been working very hard and have always done all they can to fight back against anyone who tried to stop them. Especially Lenny.
You mean Wriothesley. He's a tricky one to deal with. It's unfortunate that Lenny's so eager to prove himself that he can't learn to rely on others. Including me. By the way, and you can just consider this a bit of idle gossip, but what's your impression?
Oh.
You are outside of our disputes, and the freest person in all of Fontaine, able to...
And that's everything that happened during the trial. Master Child was declared guilty and immediately transported to the Fortress of Meripede.
Didn't he say he was coming here on vacation? Does he not feel an ounce of shame for all the trouble he has... Forget it. He did give us an opportunity. I will be meeting someone shortly.
Do you require help with any...
No need. I will take care of it myself. I need to meet with Farina, the Hydro Archon.
Oh? Come over here, you little critter,
Oh, this dumb thing. Meow.
You dare to run from me? Stop right this instant!
My goal is just to discover the location of the Gnosis. And I didn't expect the chance to approach Farina to be handed to me on a silver platter. This is so easy, it's actually making me a bit... Anything left unguarded is usually just bait.
No.
But
Leave
no
her
one will
alone.
blame someone for taking the bait. After all, from the moment it was attached to the hook, the bait is meant to be sacrificed.
Look at the cat.
It's just as I guessed in the second before I struck. The Hydronosis is not currently held by the Archon. In fact, this Archon doesn't seem like a god at all.
Who are you? And what are you trying to do? Please don't kill me. I'm begging you.
The fear in her pupils is genuine. So perhaps she's not bait after all. I left the scene with ease. Nobody came looking for me, and nobody could serve as a witness to my near assassination of Focalor. I suspect even Farina dares not mention this incident. Not long after, my informants confirmed what I had guessed. After returning to her quarters, Farina quietly cried alone. She was so scared that she could not sleep that night, nor could she even bring herself to eat her cake. There's no doubt that there's something wrong with her. I began to entertain the possibility that she is not the true Hydro Archon. I have to find the Gnosis. If the Neuvillette hypothesis is correct, he is probably in possession of it.
Yes, Father.
Oh.
My dear children,
Hi.
please speak.
News from the Fortress of Meripede. Master Child has gone missing. On top of that, the contacts and guards we bribed at the fortress have all gone quiet as well.
Probably the handiwork of that Wriothesley.
I'm afraid so.
This is a good opportunity. The value of a Harbinger is much higher than most would imagine. We now have an excuse. Set up a meeting for me. I would like to meet the Hydro Archon and Iudex Neuvillette. Oh, and I have an additional mission.
Yes, Father.
Tartaglia's disappearance was not a part of my plan, but I can use it to make a breakthrough. With it, the initiative belongs to the House of the Hearth. My wish to investigate the Fortress of Meripede will be a front.
Oh. Dang.
You should know the rest. Lenny's group is quite close to you, so they wouldn't have hidden anything from you.
You attacked the Hydro Archon?
It wouldn't mean anything, even if you shouted it from the rooftops. After all, even Farina herself is still pretending that nothing of that sort...
Alright then.
I've now had 2 chances to enjoy tea with Farina. I have to say, the leadership of Fontaine is even more inscrutable than I had imagined. I once surmised I am a servant of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Over my years of service, I've learned how a real Archon conducts and carries themselves. Of course, that is all just how I feel. Gut feelings often do not require justification. It is, however, quite amusing to me that after all my years working in intelligence gathering, I've come to realize I am at a complete loss regarding the identity of the god of the land of my birth. Don't you think Fontaine is quite intriguing? A catastrophe looms, yet many secrets have yet to rise to the surface. It looks like Fontainians will have no choice but to save themselves. Ultimately, though, one must survive in order to do anything else. You don't need to commit to anything right now, of course. I have a feeling that the situation will continue to evolve, and as your name is often connected with noble deeds, I'm sure we will work together someday.
There he is. Never left. But no, I wonder what's going to happen when we finally get to Snezhnaya. It's going to take ages, but it'll all be worth it.
He certainly returned quickly. You must want to catch up with each other.
Goodbye.
Neuvillette, is it over?
For now, yes. But this issue will prove quite thorny in the long term. Thank you for protecting Farina. To put it simply, I used my power to force back the Primordial Sea and reseal the sluice gate. So as expected, the Knave has turned up the pressure on Farina. Permission granted.
Hydro Archon, right?
No, yeah.
You can't tell us?
If by the phrase, you guys, you are referring to Farina and I, then although I'm not sure just what you are trying to imply, I must clarify that I do not share her positions on him. I believe so. The fortress has a long and complex history. It is, and now, another catastrophe will soon be upon us. I mourn this turn of events.
Huh? Why is it raining all
Hydro
of a
Dragon,
sudden?
Hydro Dragon, don't cry.
You may be closer to the truth than you think.
Oh, Hydro
And what are you
Dragon.
thinking?
Yep,
The dragon of...
Sovereign Waters.
Huh? 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 Huh?
Sorry.
Please do not be so Please do not.
Huh?
Hi, Farina.
Farina?
Neverlet, are you...
My apologies.
We were just guessing randomly. We didn't guess right, did we?
You guessed correctly. I sincerely hope you'll be able to keep this a secret for me.
Right, of course. There's still some...
Please, go.
Well, if you are the Dragon Sovereign of Water, and you were able to force back the Primordial Sea from the fortress, then since Fontaine's prophecy is all about seawater...
None of the currently living dragon sovereigns in the world, myself included, possess our full dragonhood. They say that when the first usurper arrived on Tivat, they seized a part of the dragon's power. Today, that stolen power is the basis of the Archon's authorities.
There are 7 elemental Archons and 7 matching Dragon Sovereigns.
The dragon sovereign of water who lived through that era perished a long time ago. As their successor, I know far less of that part of our ancient history. In any case, I believe I will not be able to do much unless the Archon disappears and returns their elemental authority to me. Given the status quo, however, I would recommend finding another way to deal with the prophecy.
Oh, so even you can't solve it.
I still have some urgent matters to attend to at my office. If you have any more questions regarding ancient history, you are welcome to discuss them with me at a later time.
Please go right ahead. There's a place that Paimon wants to go too. Traveler, why don't we pay another visit to the Fortress of Meripede? We'll see you another time.
Goodbye, Neverlet.
Take care.
Out of something. Learn of Neverlet's true identity. Night, Hydro Dragon. Oh, great. This just makes everything awkward. Right, let's do this one first.
Speed of light. Huh?
Alright, here's our first one. And it's with the Fatoos.
Now guess, what suit will this next card be?
A bear
Well, well, look who it is.
I'm not a
Traveler,
cat.
Paimon.
Hello, everyone.
Looks like you're recovering nicely, Fremine.
Thanks to everyone's support. Oh, right.
Aw.
I managed to work up the courage to thank Miss Clorand in person.
Aw.
How did she react?
She told me that it was nothing.
On this second
It was as
playthrough,
if
I'm
saving a
really
life
enjoying him a
wasn't
lot more.
big deal to her at all. She also told me not to worry about it.
You know, nothing against him, but if I had to choose, Lily would be my least favourite of the three, just because of how chatty he is, but I still pulled him. And want him.
She didn't want to stress you out, that's all. She's right, and it's best not to dwell on it.
Yeah.
Okay, but check this out. We went back to the opera house and we met the knave.
You met Father?
She said a few things that were,
Her attitude towards you is even better than what we'd imagined. You should believe her. She has her own way of doing things, and she'll do everything in her power to help those she considers close.
Mm-hmm. Father is very capable, and also trustworthy.
Oh, Paimon just remembered that she thought Lenny was a bit too proud as well. She said that you should learn how to rely on others sometimes.
Got it.
That does sound like something that Father would say.
Hey!
Are you going to stay here for the next few...
Looks like it, yeah?
Excellent. I will host a tea party.
For real? Then Paimon wants another serving of cake.
Another implies that you were already served some delicious cake while you were up there. How lovely. Well, next time, you're going to have tea and snacks with us.
Got ya. Anything else to
We
say?
should start preparing that tea party.
Oh, that's a great idea.
I'll help you set it up.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for being helpers to the Leo Witchy Sing. I don't know. I don't know why I said that. Because there's only one Chi-Sing member here. It certainly isn't the Forest Ranger.
Incoming.
Or the chef. Or the adventurer. It's the one in purple.
You guys are back?
Yes.
You guys didn't get caught and thrown back down here, right?
Huh? No, not at all.
And here I thought you'd managed to escape from jail during all the commotion.
We're sorry.
All right. There's no need to get caught up in the details.
Hey, it wasn't just me. Weren't you super worried as well?
Something like that, yeah. I was also transferred to work in the kitchen a few days ago. I can still hear Quisto mumbling to the carrots. Are those two all right? Do you think they made it out alive? Whenever he'd say that, I'd tell him I'm sure they're fine. Wherever they are, they're kicking back with drinks in hand, enjoying the lovely scenery.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with worrying about your prison pals. Is there? I mean...
These two. They sure are a lot warmer and friendlier than when Paimon first met them.
Oh, well, if you say so. I'll be watching you to make sure you finish every last bite.
As long as they're not rotten.
Speed of light.
Zappity zap. Hi, Bran. One welfare meal. No. Hey, Wolsey. Oh, I need to talk to Sea Tween. Hi, Sea Tween. Sea Tween. Say cheese.
One with the force.
Traveler!
Obnoxious gas.
Are you still doing all right? Did either...
We're fine, but what about you guys?
A few people sustained superficial injuries, but that's about the extent of the damage. Of course, we must also thank you for the help you provided.
How did Nervalet know that he was needed?
Well, Miss sure Nervalet has strong resonance with the hydro element. I ran into the bombshell bros while bandaging the injuries of the wounded. They were mumbling the whole time about how you just ran. If you're not too pressed for time, please stay with us a few more days. Just let me know if you get a craving for any particular dish, so I can have Mr. Wolsey get your meals prepared. I'd like to take the opportunity to spend some more time observing your facial muscles as well. Your happy smiles are quite contagious, you know. They're so memorable, and I've missed them immensely while you were gone.
Meanwhile, we were sorting stuff with the
If you
Fatui
can find the
Harbinger.
time, please stay at the fortress for just a while longer.
Yeah, alright, Sea Tween, calm down. Right, okay. Let's get this last set out of the way.
Incoming! Hey!
And it's these lot. Just kiss already.
Courier? Miss Sijwin told me you still haven't eaten.
Yeah, I was working on something, so I forgot.
That's no excuse for... Huh? What's...
Junior! Lurvine! We're back!
Hello there. It's been quite the mess here recently.
And you? Are you still taking the secret passageway from the infirmary to work on the ship?
Yep. That is still top secret, though.
It can be a bit annoying when there are lots of people in the infirmary, but I still prefer taking that route over the one from the Duke's office.
I mean, the infirmary does make it easier for you to slack off.
Oh yeah? Then why are you also here so much?
You two really are just using your jobs as a cover for your relationship, aren't you?
Not at all!
Have a relationship. See, I'll get Cupid himself to do it for you.
Yeah. Can't see?
Oh dang it, he missed. Hold on. Alright, there. Loved up. Get some love in your love bug. Hi. I would like to talk about financial gain.
Do my eyes deceive me, or did I just see two inmates come back after making it to the surface?
We wanted to see how the fortress is doing. Is everything...
We're fine, for the most part. Neuvillette came down and took care of the worst of it.
If that's the case, why don't you just ask him to stay?
Oh, yeah, what a brilliant plan. Let's go convince the Udex himself to exchange the Courts of Fontaine for a puddle of water in the middle of nowhere.
No.
He came here in a hurry and left without even stopping for a cup of tea. He did remember to take Miss Sijwin's gift with him, though.
He sure sounds super busy.
Miss Cloran has left as well.
Were the gifts milkshakes?
Neuvillette got the milkshake. Cloran received lipstick instead.
Those aren't even remotely alike.
Well, it's Neuvillette's own fault for making Sijwin worried about his health by working so much. But besides that, our head... Oh, and I have some gifts here.
Are these from...
Nope, they're from yours truly. You've already wrapped up your work at the fortress, so you can return to the surface at any time. You haven't yet served your full prison term, however, so you may continue to use your cell until your term is up.
For real? Then we could stay here for a real...
You may access the cafeteria for free. Hooray! Just remember to come complete your paperwork once it's time for your release.
Well, bye, Rivesley.
Your file can't be closed until we've completed your paperwork.
Alright. Let's go sleep. Alright, we'll wrap this up in about 20 minutes, let's just say. Yeah, 20 odd minutes. And finally, sleepy time.
We're back in our cell again. We're no longer prisoners, though, so it really doesn't feel the same. Being free sure feels pretty special now.
Yep. Feels refreshing.
Huh? How did you know? Hey, that's not true! Alright. Okay, Paimon just wanted to say that we really are an amazing duo after all.
Thanks, Paimon.
We've now gone to so many places together and become friends with so many people.
Ka-ching.
We've never stopped traveling or stopped meeting new friends.
Ka-ching.
There are so many bad things in the world, and we're just two people, but we've still been solving problems no matter where we go. You're counting Paimon today? Aren't you the only adventurer here?
Being a guy counts too.
To give Paimon an adventurer handbook as well. The last time we fell asleep here, we woke up to a whole mess outside ourselves. We should be safe now, right? Alright then, good night to you, Traveler.
Good night, Paimon. And here we are. The final child dream. Hi. The whale. And we can get our temple. Hip, hip, hooray. Ah, finally a temple. Chaska, you're up. Come on. Oh. We got a Roron and Sucrose. Oh, I've always wanted Sucrose on my normal account. This account's lucky. Alright, but we get 2 more pulls. Come on, let's get something good, please. On the next one. Nope. But we got a Sucrose. Yippee. I like Sucrose. And this is gonna make Natlan that much easier to, you know. Look at him. He's so silly. Alright, let's get him a nice bow too. Oh, and it's been a while since I've done artifacts. We'll do those another time. Oh, hi. We just pulled an Auroron and a Sucrose. So. Oh. Oh. Great. She takes wind wheels, but I haven't done my Aether in a while. So if I but the thing is, I know she's a really good Animo. Apparently. Oh, I'm stuck on what to do now. Wait, achievements. There. So 8 o'clock. Perfect. 8 on the dot. And our 45 days is finally up. Where? Oh.
Speed of light. Now for a little rest after breakfast. Wait a sec. Is it some? Oh, today's our big day. We're supposed to leave the Fortress of Mirapede. Come on, we've got to go complete.
Let's go get that paperwork done. Masquerade of the Guilty. Let's go. Hey lady,
Please sign here.
we're leaving.
This document will be effective immediately upon signing, and you...
It's been so long since we've been to the surface. Let's hurry up and... Huh?
Oh,
what's happening?
you okay?
I'm fine, thanks.
Let's go ask the Duke.
But we haven't finished.
Incoming. Hey!
Anyway, hi, yeah. Sorry, I got completely distracted by my temple results. Even though I haven't got sucrose on my Glimmer main account, which is annoying. Nor Framine, which are both characters I'd like.
Your Grace?
Ah, good to see you two.
Yeah, what was with that earthquake just now?
Ah, that. The tremor didn't originate from the seafloor. Over the years of serving as the warden here, I have developed a sense for distinguishing between what occurs on the surface and what occurs underwater. Besides,
So the fortress is okay?
if you recall our last incident, if there really were a problem, there would be crowds of inmates in a panic right now.
Huh, you've got a point. By the way...
I believe today is this month's pipe cleaning day.
Wait, seriously?
Ah, yes. Have you completed your release paper?
Yep.
It's you two. Are you leaving now?
That's right. Today is our last day in prison. But now that Paimon says that, it doesn't feel like we were confined here. It's actually been pretty nice. Oh yeah, Paimon feels fond of this place now.
Then be sure to come back and visit.
If you've signed the release papers, then you're free to go. The guards will escort you out.
You're not going to see us off?
I knew you'd ask.
Well, you actually agreed.
Ah, so you do have a
After being down here for so long, I imagine you must feel like you're lacking companionship. Shall I come along too?
Yeah, don't worry. We'll come back to see you.
I hope you won't be here as convicts the next time I see you.
We'll do our best to stay out of trouble. Well, it seems our work in the Fortress of Meravine is finished. We should probably go report to him now.
You're going to see Monsieur Nervillette? Please pass on our kind regards.
I'm sure just your regards will do, no?
I believe it would be the polite thing to do.
You're right. I've heard the Palais has been terribly busy these days.
Alright, let's finally head to the Palais Mammonia. Oh, I do want to get out of here. Fine.
If you're concerned about things at the Palais, why don't I believe you should still have some vacation time to spend?
Thank you for being so understanding. It's been some time since I've gone to the surface.
Finally, let's get out of here. Palais Mammonia, here I come. Nope. Okay, no healing. Okay. Oh gosh, it's busy.
Palais Marmonia sure is buzzing with activity today.
Dang that.
Halt! Oh, it's you two. Apologies. Monsieur Nervillette did say you'd be welcome at any time.
Excuse me, would you mind?
I'll be right there. Sorry, I've got my hands full here. You can...
Yeah. Bye, Sadine.
Everyone's so busy.
Hello. You've come at the right time, but you'll have to wait for just a moment, as there are some... In the meantime, please, have a seat. If you'd like to have something to drink, let the Melusine outside know.
That's all right. We just ate.
Very well, then.
Let's take a break over there while we wait for him to finish his work.
Yeah, so once this part finishes, I think, like so, I shall too.
All right.
Are you done with your work?
Yes, sorry to keep you waiting. Today should be the day you were released from the Fortress of Meravine. And it appears that you have managed to complete all the release paperwork.
That's right.
Yes.
And we came here to see you right away.
A massive whale.
Do you have any idea what that might be?
Judging from your description, that cannot have occurred in... A whale of that size and shape cannot usually be found in the waters of Tivat. Therefore...
Immersed in primordial seawater? But how?
Most people wouldn't be capable of entering in the first place. I'm not completely sure how he could have gotten there myself.
Sorry. Spoiler.
Yes? What is it?
Oh, right. We asked the Duke and he said it wasn't from underwater, so...
It turns out that I have just received a report about this particular matter. In fact, that's exactly what I was bit. The source of the tremor was here on the surface near Poisson.
Oh.
After the shaking...
The water levels
It's
rose?
this part.
Fortunately, the water levels only rose for a short period of time. And if the change in water levels is connected with the leaking
Navia should be in Poisson, right?
I would also like to go there as soon as possible, but I'll have to ask you two to go to Poisson first.
There's no time to lose. Let's get going.
Please be careful.
Let's get out of here.
The two of you have my thanks. If you need any help, just let me know.
Alright, thanks, Nev. Thanks, Nevi. Nevi man. Nevi. Nervster. Alright, let's see what happens. If it takes me straight in, then I can't do anything.
Oh no. What happened here?
No.
Navia should be around here, right?
I'll get off there today. Good night.